Virgo, welcome to your weekly reading. Let's get started. For Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, see what messages we have for the week ahead, for the first week of August. Now, keep in mind, these are general readings and may not resonate for everyone, so take the messages that do resonate and leave the rest. Also, check out your other placements because you may have messages there as well. All right, Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What is the energy around the week ahead for Virgo? Ooh, let's see. Don't let your past hold you back. South Node. Don't let your past hold you back this week. Interesting. Are there repeating patterns, old stories? What's going on? Bottom of the deck says emotions are running high. So you're feeling triggered by something from the past, or maybe an old story is coming up and it's causing a lot of emotions to come to the surface here. Virgo, what's going on? Let's jump into the tarot cards. See if we can get the rest of the story here for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. First week of August. Let's see. Ooh. Queen of Cups. So you're definitely triggered, for sure. Your emotions are definitely running high. You're feeling super triggered by something. It may have a connection to your past. I feel like you have a decision to make that you're avoiding. You don't want to make this decision. You're not seeing the whole picture either. You're wearing a blindfold right now, and your emotions are really running high. You feel triggered. You might even be suppressing these emotions because of the quality of the emotion. You might not be allowing yourself to feel everything. I feel like there's an old story playing here that's causing you to feel, here's the Empress in reverse, like you're unable to sort of tap into yourself. You're unable to nurture yourself. You're having sort of a moment where your energy's imbalanced, Magician in reverse, and as a result, you're feeling out of balance yourself, right? There is, whenever I see that Magician in reverse, Empress in reverse, I feel like it's time to go within and see what's happening. Look at this. Bottom of the deck is the Eight of Cups. I feel like walking away is a legit option here for you. There's something that you may feel emotionally attached to that you may have to just walk away from because it's triggering you. It's creating this sort of low energy, this lack of balance within. And that lack of balance within is having an impact on your current reality. When we are out of balance within, nothing feels like it makes sense in the external world. The Empress in reverse is really when we start to shut down. We are overwhelmed. There is so much disharmony. We're focusing so much on the material that we're forgetting the energy within, and that there is a need here for self-care. There is a need here to shift within. Shifting the energy within is coming through very strongly for you this week here, Virgo. Now, seeing that Magician in reverse is also sort of setting off some alarm bells here for me to say to you, what are you focused on right now? Because your energy is all over the place. It's not honed in on your potential. You're not really trusting your own intentions. There may be some manipulation going on here. You might not be being super honest about something, or your intentions aren't what's really true. Like you're expressing something, but within that's not the case. It's interesting. You're really being guided to move away from something that I feel like you have an emotional connection to, but for some reason this is bringing in sort of this need to let go. Something no longer serves you, and it's creating that scattered energy that I was talking about here. You have a refusal here, though. You're not accepting this change. This is not something that you feel you can accept right now. I feel like there are feelings of abandonment. I feel like there's feelings of disappointment. You're being guided to really not let your past get in the way, truly. When I look at this Moon card and this 8, there is a feeling of scarcity here, that if you let go, then I've lost it forever. And maybe that's why you don't want to accept this change. Because if you do let it go, it's like you're like, well, then that's it. Then all of that was for nothing. You know, I can almost hear you saying that. Everything I invested in that, because you have such a high emotional connection to it, and it's really triggering you. Yeah, you're really struggling this week to accept something and to let it go. A lot of emotions here, a lot of emotions. Queen of Cups, Eight of Cups, Five of Cups, all in reverse. Or not all in reverse. The Eight of Cups isn't in reverse. And then we see some swords coming out here, Six of Swords. So really needing to put these old stories to rest, leave the past in the past, and don't fear the outcome. Trust that if you are able to let this go and accept it, it will lead to a new beginning that is transformative for you. Oh, wow, look at that. A new transformative beginning, Ace and Four of Wands, and there's the Two of Cups. Really, really interesting here. I haven't pulled extra cards for anybody this reading, any of the signs, but for you, Virgo, it came right out. So I feel like you're seeking the truth. There's the Queen of Swords resting on the bottom of the deck now. And it feels to me like on one hand, you're sort of avoiding things because you've got the Two and the Eight of Swords. So you're sort of seeking the truth, but you're still blind to the fact that you may have had a role in this. You know, Virgo, you may have had a role in this, and you're sort of afraid of the consequences of action or of communication. And you're sort of really needing to release this whole vibe because it's creating a lot of self-doubt. It's creating limits. It's creating fear. It's creating an energy that is not serving you. And yet, I feel like if you can somehow allow the past not to hold you back, there is a new beginning here that is really, really optimistic. Ace of Rods, Four of Wands, or Four of Rods, and the Two of Cups. So it's almost like you're being called to really be honest with yourself and to see everything as sort of operating in your favor, even the things that you have to let go of. Doing that will serve you, even though it's not what you want. You know, it's one of those moments where you're getting what you need, not what you want. And you have to sort of reconcile that this week and accept it, that sometimes there are changes that we didn't plan. We don't want it, but it's for your best. The Tower comes to karmically clear things that the story's over. Yay. Everything that was written happened, and now it's time to move past it. And to not get too attached to any one story from the past, because there's a new story trying to happen right here. And it's a new beginning, but it's almost like you have to exchange the past for what's about to unfold. And if you can't do it, it's like it's going to cause all of this emotional stress, and it's almost like it's affecting you on even a self-care level. And it's disrupting your focused energy. So, and I almost feel like because you're a Virgo, you're very creative and you're an artist. You're very creative energy, you know, and this could be blocking your creativity. This could be impacting other areas of your life where you're trying to express yourself and you're finding that you can't because this old story keeps running through your mind. And I feel like fear is a big part of this. There's a lot of fear here. You don't want to lose this thing from the past. It could be a person. It could have been a relationship. It might have been something that you had invested a lot of time and energy and emotion. You invested a lot of emotion here. But I feel like there's something karmic happening here. It's almost like a cause and effect situation. There's a consequence to something here. And it's unfolding in a way that you didn't anticipate. I think you're almost shocked and dismayed that this is the outcome of the action. It's very interesting, Virgo. You've got to let this go, my friends. This has to go. At least shift the idea of loss, at the very least. You know, to see that that everything is constantly renewing itself. So if you release this situation, trust that there is something moving into its place. You've got the Four of Pentacles, which is a time of really hanging on to things because we're afraid to let them go, with the Four of Wands, which is really a time of passing into this inner reward. You're passing through a gateway into a time where, you know, you've got this confidence and you're sort of moving up, you're leveling up. So it's like you're exchanging fear for gratitude, you know, fear for transformation and abundance. And it's like you've just got to pull the Band-Aid. You just got to do it and trust that it will be for the best, that all will be well. This is very interesting. Let's see here for Virgo. What is the highest guidance for Virgo week ahead, first week of August? Virgo, sun, moon, and rising. Self-love and give back. Isn't that interesting? The self-love, I really feel, I'm going to read both of these. And the give back card is not one that comes up a lot. It says here, today is the day to cast aside normal routines and make your main purpose to serve. It's about giving back without any thoughts or expectations of getting anything in return. Reach out and touch other people's spirit, as it's highly likely that someone needs that today. Oh, it's beautiful. And I also feel like one of the fastest ways to raise our vibration is to put ourselves to the side and serve others. And to really trust that by serving others, we are shifting our own energy and doing something that makes a difference for someone else. And not putting ourselves at the center all the time. And not doing things because we expect something back. But just doing things for the sake of, connecting into someone else. You know, into giving someone something without any expectation or thought of any return. The main purpose being to serve. This is very interesting. It could be the shift you need this week. And we also see self-love. So you're giving to others as you give to yourself, and you're giving to yourself as you give to others. It's a beautiful balance, and that's what needs to happen here. There's a lack of balance. So perhaps these two cards are coming out to help balance you. We see here, now is the time to love, nurture, and heal yourself. Self-love is not simply a state of mind about feeling good. It's a state of appreciation for yourself that grows and matures from actions you take to support your body, mind, and soul. Wow. So that really tells me that it's time to sort of confront these limiting beliefs and to really see if your actions are supporting your body, mind, and soul, and how you can give to others in an unselfish way, you know, in a way that doesn't expect anything back. What a fascinating energy around your reading this week, Virgo. I hope it's been helpful. I'm going to leave it there. If it has been helpful and resonated for you, please consider subscribing, liking, sharing. If you're interested in a personal reading, you can find the link for that in the description below. As always, I'm sending you so much love and light, my friends. We'll see you next week. Take care.